I wake up in the morning and think, God damn, is this a beautiful fucking day? I stand up and look in the mirror and say, God damn, is this a beautiful fucking man? When I walk over to go and brush my teeth, I realize my teeth are already bright and shining and my breath smells like peppermint mixed with whatever fruit you like best, babe. Because whether you know it or not, you do know best. I walk down the streets of Chicago and birds fly over my head whistling a tune. There's an old man at a booth blowing up a balloon. There's a hot dog vendor who knows just what I want to order, and some attractive film major is going to be holding up a camcorder, and all of them are smiling at me and thinking about me and telling me that I'm the center of everything that has ever existed, and I made the right decision by coming here. As it turns out, my little Detroit suburb was just too little a pond for a fish as gargantuan as I am, not physically but metaphorically, because this is a poem, and we don't talk in literal truths because everything would be super boring if I simply told you I'm fucking awesome. But I am, if you haven't picked that up yet. The toughest decision I have to make in a day is whether or not I'm going to buy 2% or whole milk. Part of me goes, my body is a mean and lean and one beautiful fighting machine. I can't damage that too good, no room for loss. Another part goes, I gotta give in to my inner human desire. I mean, come on, who doesn't like whole milk? There is an assumption that I'm not lactose intolerant. And I start thinking about it more and more, and I start analyzing my choices more and more, thinking about how other people will look at me while I'm chugging my high concentration protein, and how sometimes I gotta do something that will make me personally feel better, but I don't really need to feel better, because why should I? I'm a narcissistic asshole making shit up about myself whenever I'm around people. Maybe I should start recognizing that fact and start working on improving myself whenever I can and not come at those less than half-truths I attempt to convince myself when I wake up in the morning, so that halfway through the day when I start to remember who I am, I don't turn into a puddle of self-pitying regret, a real pathetic creature to look at, making me glad that the morning's mirror I look into is grimy and all I can give myself is a brief glance, just brief enough to notice my general features without all the details so I can make the rest of that up. Maybe when I wake up, I should come to terms with myself, clean off my mirror, and take a long, hard look at myself. See every bit of acne on my face. Notice the hairs on my lip I didn't quite get to when I shaved. The stingy brown hair that looks and feels like literal shit. The yellowed teeth from the cigarettes I smoke. I had told myself I smoked to try to understand some culture where smoking was the thing to do, and when in reality I started to add some fake layer to my already thin yet somehow thick skin. I've started to forget why cigarettes were ever poetic. I'm still standing in the grocery store looking at milk. The toughest decision I have today is bigger than any one of the 7 store employees who asked me, "Can I help you?" could have imagined. I walked out after a little while without buying any. I don't see the point. A friend of mine once tried to convince me that I don't exist. I don't remember how he started or what he said or why I'm bringing this up, but he started, he spoke, and I'm still bringing this up. I think about this a lot, never remembering the details. I do remember the aftermath, that he thoroughly convinced me. Since then, I've had a fear that I don't exist. I don't know if this matters at all or if it's even relevant, but I'm thinking about it now. The thought won't go away. I don't exist. 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 I feel it. I get trapped in my own mind a lot of the time. It's not always a great place to be. I don't know why I'm letting you in. I shouldn't. I should just stop where I am. I don't think we're getting anywhere productive. I'm done.